Hi peeps, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's me CSS Coder, and if you want to learn CSS from zero to its core, then you are at the right place. Let's talk about today's video. Today's video is basically a thank you animation video for my Instagram followers. Yesterday I hit 2K followers on Instagram, so I decided to make a thank you animation video for my Instagram followers. You guys are amazing, your support means a lot. Keep supporting me, it gives me a lot of motivation. So let's jump into today's video. This is the final result, which says 2K followers, thanks. It's not a difficult task to do. I have just used a simple background clip property and used CSS grids to show the text in the center and a bit of CSS animations. So let's jump to VS Code and write a code for it. Let's do it. We are here in the VS Code. Some basic stuff is already written, like link, title, which you guys already know. So let's start writing the code for it. First, we will use a div with a class of container, a heading in it which will say h1. In the heading, we will put 2K followers, thanks. Well, let's save it and see how it works. See, 2K followers thanks is loaded, so it's just the code for writing the HTML. Now all the stuff will be in CSS, so let's jump to CSS and start writing code for it. So we are in the CSS section, and some basic stuff is already done, like font family. Which font family we will use? It's Ubuntu, font weight, and the link for the font family which we are using. So let's start some basic code for the body section. The body, we will set its height to 100 VH, which will cover the whole screen. We will put the margin to 0, so it don't have any margin on its sides. For background color, BG. For background color, we will use a hex code which is hash 333641. Use. Let's save it. See, the background color has changed. Now we will show the text in the center. For this, we will use CSS grid. So, display grid. Align items center. Justify content center. So let's save it and see how it works. Beautiful. The text is now absolutely center. Now jump to h1 and write the code for h1. First we will set the color of it. So the color we will use is hash FFF, which is white. Let's define the font size for it. Font size, I think 80 would be okay. 80 pixel. Save it and how it works. See, the color and the font size has changed. Now some more coding for it. The font family which we will be using is Ubuntu. See if it is loaded. We will refresh it. See, Ubuntu is loaded from the server. It's the font family we are using for the h1. Text transform to uppercase. We will change the transformation of the text to uppercase. Now set the font weight for the h1. 900 would be okay for the font weight. Now let's add background to the h1. We will set the background color to linear gradient, and it will flows from left to right. The colors which we are using are the hex colors, and the first one is E7, 2A, 3A. The second one is hash triple F. The third one is 5BD A double F. Let's see how it works. See, the background color has added to the H1. We will set the first color to 10% of the background, the second one to 50%, and the third one to 60%. See, it has changed. The first one has covered 10%, the third one has covered 50% area, and the third one has covered 60% of the background area. Now let's add a background clip property to the text. Background clip, we will set it to border box. Border box, it works fine for us. Now set the background size. Background size, for the width we will set 200 and the height would be auto. We set the background size to 200 because we want the animation to come from 200%, not from 100%. Otherwise it won't work. If we set it to 150 or 100, 200 would work for us. Now background clip, what we want to clip, so we would set it to text. We want to clip the text. Now set the text fill color. WebKit text fill color would work for us because text fill color is not supported in many browsers yet, so we will use WebKit text fill color. So we would save it to transparent. If we give it a color, so it will not work, so we will set it as transparent, so it will work for us. See, the text has clipped from the background. Now next step, we will add a WebKit background clip to text because background clip doesn't work in many browsers, so we will save it as WebKit background clip to text. Now save it and see, the background has clipped and the text area is not clipped. Like the text, the background which we have set it to linear gradient, it is showing on the text and all the other areas is clipped. Now add some animation to it and we are all done. We will name the animation text clip. Text clip would be okay, and we want the duration to be 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds. I think 1.5 seconds would be okay, and we will set it to linear and infinite. Let's save it. Now add the keyframes for the animation. Animation name is text clip. So we will do background position. We will use the background position property for the animation. Background position 200 and center. Like we want to start it from the 200% and ends it on the center. See how it works. Now we will refresh it. See, the animation starts from here and ends here. We have used 3 colors for it. The first one goes, then the second one, and then the third one. So it was a simple task to do. It's not a difficult task, a simple text animation which you can do it also. So hope you guys have learned something from this tutorial, and basically this tutorial was for my Instagram followers, as I have said earlier in my video. So a big thanks to my Instagram followers for supporting me. And if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. I will share all the CSS related stuff here. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram, check out CSS Coder on Instagram. I shared my daily tips and tricks and my setup photos there. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.